So I'm having a chat with Chris of Lord of the Lost. How are you?
All good, all good. It's just 5 days to go from now, and I had a sleepless night, but still I'm good because it's a good how do you say it? Sleepless has never been that good, so all good.
Yeah. Well, there's a good reason why you are having these sleepless nights, is because hopefully you might have the chance to represent Germany at this year's Eurovision. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up.
Yeah, man. I don't really dare to think about Liverpool because I really like to focus on the preliminary decision on this weekend. So, and I don't see, of course we like to win, although I don't like the term winning because it means the other ones would be losing, and I think there are no losers in music. But this time Germany really has a chance to send something, more like alternative to the ESC in years, because last year's the concept was more based on radio compatible music. So I'm super stoked, and we hope to go to Liverpool. Like in the early 60s there were 5 guys from Liverpool they went to Hamburg, started their musical career. 4 of these 5 guys turned out to be the Beatles then. And this time 5 guys from Hamburg might have the chance to go to Liverpool, and we'll see.
Good. And you're performing Blood and Glitter, which is hopefully the track you'll be playing at Eurovision this year, which is also the title track to your new record. Tell us a bit about the record.
Well, like for the last years, we've been way darker than our new album actually is. But I grew up with glam rock a lot. Like I found it in the vinyl collection of my parents. So artists like David Bowie and The Sweet and all these kind of things. And the early days of glam rock in the early 70s have been photographed by an English photographer called Mick Rock, who did all these amazing photographs also of Queen and Debbie Harry and the Stooges and all these pictures from these times. And he released a photo book in the early 2000s called Blood and Glitter, and I found that book like years later and found it heavily inspiring, and thought maybe I do my own glam rock revival with Lord of the Lost, because I'm just that's just the thing I grew up with. And so we called that record Blood and Glitter, and that song Blood and Glitter, and now it's a song we're going on Eurovision with, or maybe at least in the German preliminary. And that's what it's all about. So the music is not really early 70s. It's more metal mixed with lots of 80s elements. But visually, it's heavily inspired by the early English days of glam rock.
Good. And you've got a busy year coming up in regards to touring. You've got some of your shows coming up, and you've got some Iron Maiden shows coming up as well. I bet you can't wait for a busy year ahead.
Yeah, we played with Iron Maiden last year. They asked us to go on tour with them, and we played 18 shows with them in 16 countries, but we didn't play the UK. And this year we're coming back with Iron Maiden and playing 10 more shows. I think 7 or 8 of them are being held in the UK. And when a band like Iron Maiden asks you to go on tour with them, that's a big thing. But if a band like Iron Maiden asks you a second time to do it again, that's an even bigger thing, because it means it might have been not that bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you've also got your own dates over here, and you're kicking things off in April with some South America dates. What's it like going to be going over there?
We have many new countries this year where we've never been. We played Mexico before, which is actually Middle America, but we've never been to South America. So we're playing Brazil. We're playing Brazil, Argentina, Chile. How do you say that in English? Is it like Chile? No.
Yeah, Chile.
It's Chile. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, it's Chile. And we're coming back on our own tour to England in September. And the crazy thing, I just checked the pre-sale numbers, and we just announced the tour like 10 days ago. and the clubs are already like 50% sold out, and we're like, oh, all right, we might need bigger venues. So we'll see. That's amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. And in regards to touring, obviously you're going to some new places this year, but aside from those, where haven't you been before that you do want to get to at some point?
You mean places where we never played before and I'd like to go?
Yeah.
I'd really love to go to Iceland. Don't ask me why. I don't even know if that's a place where you can actually play good shows. We've never been to Japan. It's a lifelong dream. I just love the country. I love the culture. I think if I had to choose just one, I'd say Japan right now. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously this record's only dropped fairly recently, but what's your plan with music going forward? This year's probably too busy with touring, but what's the plan writing-wise and releasing-wise going forward?
Oh, we have a plan. There's like Blood and Glitter is not done yet. We are releasing all the assets bit by bit. So vinyl is coming in 1 week. In summer, there's going to be a 96-page yearbook, which is CD format, but it's as big as vinyl. And there's going to be a second CD with 6 new songs. So Blood and Glitter is there's all there's half a Blood and Glitter album left, and at the end of the year something's coming. So we're celebrating the whole Blood and Glitter thing for a little while. And next year there's not that much touring. So next year we're going to write a new record, which should be out in early 2025. It sounds like super far away, but actually it isn't. So yeah, that's the plan so far.
Good. Excellent. Well, Chris, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.